Hey, bro, if he listened to his mom and became a doctor, I don't think none of this would have happened. But if he didn't do a lot of things, none of this would have happened. Yeah. How you doing? I got a question for you. Have you ever wanted to watch more videos than the thousands of ones that are already on my channel? Like the ones that I'm not allowed to show you here. Well, you're in luck, because I have a Patreon with 3 tiers. Here's what you will get per tier. Pause if you would like to read. As you can see, it's very thick, but you'll be the judge. You can go over there, look at it, check it out, let me know what you think. Thank you all for supporting, and thank you all for everything. Now, let's get back to the video. All right, y'all, so we're going to use this as a Patreon request as well because it was requested from Hope. This is another, well, this is from Stephanie Sue's channel. This is another Rotten Mango. Y'all know who this person is, okay? Today's video is about KRIS Wu. We all know what happened on a surface level, but I don't know what actually happened, okay? Y'all already know how we doing this. I'm about to hear some stories, and we're going to take it from there. This is from top K-pop star to 13 years in prison, the rise and fall of KRIS Wu.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie, and today we are back with another dun-dun mukbang. Woo! Okay, this time we're in New York City, so we're eating some delicious Korean street food. I'm sorry. Please leave your New York City restaurant recommendations linked in the description, but they have to be able to do takeout, otherwise I'm screwed. So this time we got a place called Barnju 35 and OK Hot Dog. I hope it's not just okay. Or was it called okay dog?
It's okay dog.
So
I had
some
that.
Korean egg toast.
Yeah.
We have some crispy tofu. We have cheesy tteokbokki. These are potato croquettes, spicy.
Wait, that's tteokbokki?
Bro, that's hella food.
I
Cause
know. It just looks like straight up cheese. It looks like mac and cheese tteokbokki.
Yeah.
And then we have some potato croquettes. We have these spicy wings. We've got the Korean mozzarella dogs. This one is sweet potato, which I've never had a sweet potato Korean corn dog before. We've got some chili shrimp in the back, an army stew.
Damn.
And with that being said, you know, sometimes when I'm in New York, I want to put in my earbuds and I want to run around the city and I want to act like I'm in one of those romantic comedies where they're like, this is the main character. This is the dweeby little girl that this random dude is going to fall in love with, standing on the street corner waiting for the light to turn with the wind blowing in her hair. Yeah, that's what I want to feel like. And
you can feel like that. All you need is just be delusional and yeah. That's like, no, let me stop. Oh, God.
I can't do that without my Raycons.
Oh, you mother... Hell nah, Cass. Hell nah.
So good. I mean, I could be isolation and really...
No. Shout out to you for getting your bag, but no.
We're getting into today's very long video.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about KRIS Wu.
Oh la la.
Oh la la.
Fancy
Jesus.
truffle tteokbokki before, I don't know, someone tries to kill me.
What?
Very good. Do I recommend this restaurant? Maybe not. It's quite expensive. I'm not going to lie to you. Wow.
I haven't eaten yet.
Crispy tofu. Okay, let's try
I feel
the
like
tofu.
she's just laughing in my face.
Tofu. The tofu powder, for me to be impaled by a giant spear one day and just plop over dead. Because you guys love to request cases that are going to get me in what I assume is going to be a lot of trouble. Cases that I normally would not touch with a 10-foot pole, like today's case. The case of KRIS motherfucking Wu.
Boom.
Look, I'm not religious, but this case,
What?
the scary comments, I already know that I'm going to get on this case. They make me want to get down on my knees and say a little prayer for my safety and my mental health. Okay, that's a worthy disclaimer. So with that being said, let's get started. This is the story of KRIS Wu and how he transformed from this global pop star extraordinaire, one of the highest earning stars in China with an estimated net worth, a rumored net worth of $300 to $400 million. Google will tell you it's around 9 million, and that doesn't even make sense because yeah. I don't know. Google's
400
like,
million?
things are weird, I guess, for
That's
Chinese
half
stars.
a billy, cuz.
Like,
Yeah.
there was
That's
like,
damn near
couple
half
years
a
ago, there was
billion.
a huge scandal in China.
Fan Bingbing?
Fan Bingbing, yes. So they are exposing all the celebrity on how much they're getting paid
Mm-hmm.
per
Ooh,
show
wow.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
And
geez.
these celebrities are getting paid tens of millions for one movie.
that's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, that kind of doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me.
One movie or one TV show. And in
That's
comparison,
crazy.
there was also, I saw a clip of Korean celebrities
Oh yeah.
reacting to, have you seen that?
No, but I saw the videos revealing how much Korean celebrities get paid per K-drama episode.
Yeah.
And it's a lot, don't get me wrong. That's like an obscene amount of money. But when then you compare it to people like in America or even in China, I was like, that's nothing.
Yeah, there was an episode. A bunch of Korean celebrity reviewing. So there's a couple of them went to China to film something. And they were like telling them how much they were getting paid in China for a show. And then all the other celebrities said, oh my God. Like they're all like, they're ready to move. Whoa.
It's crazy.
$250,000 for 2 shows?
Is it because
Yeah.
you guys have more people, maybe? So he goes from one of the highest earning stars in China to Toothpick Woo. Yeah, that's what they
What?
started calling him. You know why they call him Toothpick, don't you?
No.
It's not because he had gaps in his teeth. They were referring to the size
Oh, his
of the
pee-pee?
frivolous body part between his legs.
His
So he
pee-pee?
went from KRIS Woo
He got a toothpick dick? How the hell? What? Oh,
extraordinaire to Toothpick Woo, and then finally Convict Woo.
oh
At one
God.
point, somewhere in the middle, he became an international meme, but the reality of today's story is a lot more sinister and creepier than just
God.
memes.
Okay.
And it all starts with this kid. I'm taking you all the way back.
All right.
KRIS Woo didn't have the most marketable childhood story for the people to rally behind. Okay, like IU, you know, the K-pop star, she was born into poverty. Her parents were in massive debt. She was living in her grandparents' house that was infested by cockroaches. And she said before, there is nothing harder than poverty. Even BTS's Yoongi, he said that he would have $2 a day and he would have to choose between the bus or food. He
Fuck.
didn't have enough for both. KRIS Woo did not have that underdog, like, ooh, I want to root for this guy type of story. That's not to say that he didn't grow up with struggles, but it's just, from what I can find, it's a rather privileged background.
I remember when I was young, there's a few times I was like, if I don't take the bus today, if I walk, I will save like $1 because bus costs
This is
$1.
why. See, this is
I will
why.
have an extra.
This is why I be wanting all these artists who come from like these backgrounds to just get their money. I just love seeing people win. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is, oh my God, bro. Play, God damn it.
$1 I can save for snacks in the future.
Well, KRIS Woo didn't have to do that.
Ah.
Okay, his hardworking parents were super sucked into their business. Chris at one point was raised by his grandparents, and for a while things were going great until his parents got a divorce. He's 10 years old at this point.
Oh, shit.
Chris's mom was like, I'm freaking over it. Like, I'm out. Not only am I out of this relationship, not only am I out of this maritable home or this town,
She left the
but
family?
I'm out of the country. Goodbye,
Oh.
loser. She left her husband, packed her bags, took Chris all the way to Canada. Do you know how hard that is? Not just to travel to the other side of the world, but for a Chinese citizen to get into Canada at the time, one of the easiest ways in getting approved for a visa was getting an investor visa. But you needed to prove that you had nearly $1 million of assets, and you had to invest $500,000 into a government project. So the government would return the principal after 5 years, but still.
Wait, so she had that saved up?
Yeah, I don't know if things
She had 1.5 M saved up. All right.
changed, but that's insane. And that's what Chris's mom does. And it's just the two of them living in Canada now. Now, Chris's mom is living off the savings that she brought with her. She did not work for like nearly 7 years. I'm not sure if she was becoming depressed. I don't want to speculate. But it said that she rarely socialized. She's withdrawing from society. She's withdrawing from outside contact. She starts getting more and more strict with Chris. I think she turned all of this energy and anxiety and pent up emotions and just dumped it on her kid.
Oh
She's like,
no.
I got big, big plans for you, kid. You're gonna study hard, get into a prestigious medical school, like the type of school that everyone's eyes go wide the minute that you mention the name of the school, that prestigious. And from there, you're gonna be a doctor. You're gonna get married, have some kids, and bada bing, bada boom, so easy. You're gonna live a good life. You're gonna take care of yourself, your family, your wife, but also me, because I'm the one that made this happen. I'm your mother, and you're gonna be forever grateful to me. That's the type of mom that she was. That was her plan, and she did not tolerate anything that wavered from this little master plan of hers. She decided that she knew what was gonna make Chris happy more than he knew. She was an intense mom.
She was an intense motherfucker, nigga. What the hell? Good God, man. I just wonder what be going through some parents' minds when they literally try to make a life for their kid, as if they didn't make a life for themselves. Don't that sound kind of weird? Like the parents that made themselves and probably strived away from their parents want their kids to live a life that possibly their parents wanted them. I don't know their family, so I'm not really finna speculate or nothing, but good God, man. That's crazy. Like, imagine breaking generational curses just to bring back a new generational curse, but in a different font.
Yeah.
I heard he was a basketball player.
Nigga hooped? Oh, God.
Fun fact, I ran into Chris Wu once.
What?
At the gym.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know who he was at the time.
You didn't know who he was?
Yeah.
When I ran into him, it was Rap of China, right? Or before Rap of China?
Before.
It was before Rap of China. Because Rap of China, when Rap of China happened, he was huge at that moment. In China, he became a sensation.
Insane. I'm going to walk you through it.
All
Let's
right,
see
let's
where
go.
you fit into this timeline.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to be like, this was the year that he met my fiance. The gym changed his life, okay? So ultimately, they had a pretty strained relationship. She was just way too involved in his life. To the point where if he was playing a video game, she would waltz over to the outlet and just unplug the computer in the middle of his game. Chris was so fed up, he ran away from home multiple times.
I bet he did.
After 5 years in Canada, feeling lost, stressed, confused, the two go back to China for a little while. Chris goes to middle school in China. Oh, he freaking loved it. He felt like he fit in, and he was taller than a lot of his classmates. So naturally, everyone was like, you need to try playing basketball.
Hey,
He
bro.
did. He was on the team.
Hey, bro. She just say he went back to China? I wonder how his mom felt. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Oof.
He was the leader. He was the captain of that school. And they won the Southern China Championship for middle schoolers that year. Is it a big deal?
It's middle school, babe.
Yeah, I know that. You're like, what? I'm like, I didn't think
I didn't know he was that
What?
good.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was that impressive.
Ah!
So he's like, okay, Mom, I peaked in middle school, so I'm going to go to the CBA. You're like, what's that?
Wow.
It's the NBA, but instead of national, it's
Oh,
China,
shit.
the Chinese Basketball Association.
They be
Yet
hooping.
his mom, she didn't approve. She told
Yeah,
him,
no shit, bro. They be hooping in China, bro. They be hooping for real.
that's not a career. What are you talking about? Actually, now that I think about it, you're forbidden from playing basketball as a hobby because technically it's dangerous. You could sprain your ankle or your wrist and then you can't be a surgeon anymore, or you could get bonked on the head with a basketball and lose all of your brain cells. So, nope.
Well, that's better. That's better than playing football and probably getting CTE from a routine hit. Nigga hit you from helmet to helmet. You worried about basketball, nigga? Okay.
No more basketball. She forcibly dragged him all the way back to Vancouver so that he could focus on his studies again, and it just added more and more strain to their relationship.
I don't understand how some parents don't know that. Like, if your child like runs away from home, do you think dragging them back home is gonna stop them from running away from home? That's kind of why whenever I have children, I don't want to restrict them because I know how I was, and 10, please. I know how I was, and yeah, no, no, no.
Chris said that he frequently ran away from home just to stop arguing with his mom.
God
He
damn.
said that he understood her, like he gets it. It's a single-parent household. It's not easy for her. This is the only relationship that she has. But it's tough for him because there's not this third person or a middleman to help mediate. And then 2 years later, Chris Wu was discovered. Oh, discovered. He was discovered by a Korean talent scout company, SM Entertainment. Huge, massive. Like, if you know K-pop, you know SM Entertainment. Chris was scouted, and he's like, Mom, I really, really want to go. In the beginning, his mom was doing the whole, no, absolutely
I wouldn't
not,
even tell my
over
mom. I would just go.
dead body, you little. But I think that she probably sensed that he might run away if she said no. So she was hoping, I think she was hoping that she'd be like, yeah, you can go. And then at the last minute, he would chicken out because he doesn't even know Korean. And suddenly he's going to move to South Korea and join the entertainment industry. Like, that sounds crazy, right?
You know, I don't understand. Bro, this shit, okay, I don't want to have a fucking crash course on parent-kid relationships. But, yo, can y'all, like, not do them type of mental games with your kids, bro? Y'all don't understand how y'all gonna fuck them up. Like, dog, like, come on, son. Like, that shit's not cool. That really isn't cool, and it breaks my heart. It really does. It really does. Also, I'm not really trying to humanize this man, but I don't know what he did, so I'm just taking the information one step at a time and responding to it. But like, oh God, I'm getting PTSD from my. Oh God.
Or maybe she thought that he would go and fail out of the trainee program in a week or two. But she ends up driving him to the airport. He cries and apologizes and is like, bye. And he boards the plane. She wasn't expecting it. He boards the plane to South Korea. It was the first time KRIS Wu really rebelled against his mom. And it was like a huge turning point in his life. And he was officially thrust and living in the difficult life of K-pop trainees.
Oh, God.
We're just trying to make it. Can't even imagine how hard it is. Like, I heard it's borderline impossible. The stress, the pressure, manipulation, anxiety, depression. I mean, imagine. But KRIS had his mom. KRIS's mom was a lot. Anytime he complained about anything, even the smallest little hardship, his mom would pity him so much. I imagine her to be the type that's like, oh my God, my brave son. Are you sure the paper cut is healing? You should just quit paper in general. You should go digital. Never touch paper again. Like that.
That would trigger the fuck out of me. Now you think I'm a fucking baby. That would trigger the shit out of me, bro. God.
That's the vibe that she gives me. It sounds dramatic, but apparently she tried to get him to quit every time he had the smallest obstacle because she felt so bad that he was stressed out. I don't understand moms like that. But
I don't either.
He did really work hard, I guess. You can't knock him on that. He trained really hard for 5 years, and in 2012, he debuted with EXO.
Hey.
And then after 2 short years with EXO, he sued SM Entertainment, terminated his contract, and left the group and went to China.
Wow.
It was shocking. A lot of people felt like it was kind of a betrayal, but I don't know. There were a lot of mixed feelings because KRIS had a lot of people supporting him. K-pop companies are notorious for having insane working conditions. They're crazy for their predatory contracts and their unfair treatment. So a lot of people just kind of assumed the worst from SM Entertainment, and they started supporting KRIS.
Hey.
He goes back to China, and everyone is all over him. The companies are foaming at the mouth to work with this guy. His exit from EXO was massive. It was like a huge scandal almost. So all eyes and ears are on this guy to see what he's gonna do next, where his career is going. Do the Chinese even want him back? And all these companies are like, while you have the eyes and the ears, we want you to wear our clothes. We want to be a part of that. He starts getting booked for movies, TV shows, variety shows, which are like reality shows, right? But kind of different. They're not like Love Island type of reality shows. They're
Love
more
Island.
like celebrity-focused reality shows. Like a bunch of celebrities come together and they do like games and stuff. The giant fashion houses reached out to him, wanting him as a brand spokesperson.
This is a lot
And the crazy thing is, KRIS Wu originally didn't even sign with an agency when he returned to China. He set up his own studio.
Wow.
He hired his mom to be his agent / manager. She was his momager.
Oh
You know
no.
how big they were? So there's 4 Chinese guys who came from EXO. So they all came to China, right?
Do you know all their names?
I know their Chinese name. Yeah. One of them is Lu Han. So KRIS Wu, Lu Han, and then there's a couple others. They were so big to a point that one of the guy took a photo with a mailbox on his Instagram. He took a picture. And that mailbox, for days, there was a line for days of the fans taking picture with the same mailbox. Like days. That's the influence they had. Can you
That's
imagine
tough.
that?
That's tough.
Yeah, she was
That's
the
tough.
momager to that. Like, she didn't have experience, and it went as well as you would expect. Suddenly, she had to oversee his finances, his contracts, all of his business obligations. She had no idea anything about this industry. It was a lot. So they later hired a well-known agent in the industry, which becomes like a whole scandal later.
Oh,
because
no.
They apparently didn't pay them. They like cut them off later on and then didn't pay them certain amounts that they were owed. It's very intense. And it was pertinent for them to build a brand in China quickly. Their whole idea was we need to build an image in China before that image is built upon us. Before other people are like, oh, this is the type of person KRIS Wu is. So we need to start pushing this narrative. And the aesthetic that KRIS Wu went with was that he looks tall and he looks kind of scowly. Sorry. I would say he has sharp features that don't necessarily strike me as very kind. Conventionally very attractive, but I would never look at him and be like, oh my god, like he looks so nice and sweet.
Like a soft
Yeah, like he doesn't have like soft, like smiley features, right? I guess like a
he
comparison.
looks sharp,
Yes, very sharp to the point where he almost looks like that high fashion, almost angry kind of look, right?
Like
So I
Essence,
think,
like Essence
because
models.
of the contrast, they decided that they were going to market him as this innocent, friendly boy. Yes, he might look like that, but deep inside his heart, softy. Just so soft. That's what his agent wanted him to be. And they said that the contrast between his look and his reality, that was the spice.
We
And
love
it fucking
juxtaposition.
worked. KRIS Wu started getting booked out. He even went to the Grammys. He attended an NBA All-Stars game. He became one of the most well-known stars, not only in China.
He played in that fucking game? That's who that was? Oh, that's who that was. Wow. Okay. I remember seeing him at that game. And I didn't know who that was. All right. Okay.
But globally. In 3 years, he starred in 10 movies. The total
10?
box
Damn.
office for his hit movies was $811 million. That's nearly $1 billion.
Dog, what the hell?
Wait, they made 800.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because at that point, what's an extra 200 million? So I'm rounding up. Almost $1 billion. I mean, KRIS Wu was who everyone wanted to be and who everyone wanted to date. His image was unstoppable. He was the it boy.
But
Yeah.
just gotta say, I don't think those movies were very good.
That's what I heard. I heard his acting is subpar. 잠깐만.
What?
There's cheese in here. Very good.
Yeah, apparently his acting is pretty cringy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I never
jeez.
watched it, but
Would you still watch a movie if the acting is cringy? Like, can you finish it or you're like,
Yes,
I'm
I love
but
bad
a lot
movies.
of them they hired them just to get his fan base
Yeah.
into the theater. Like the other actors can still be good, just he's horrible. Like
And in 2016, he finally signed with Jackie and JJ Productions, run by Jackie Chan, who allegedly took KRIS Wu under his wing, like really liked him apparently. And to have Jackie Chan as your mentor, as almost like your pseudo godfather in this business, that's big. That means you have some of the biggest names backing you behind closed doors. Like the power that Jackie Chan has, the more KRIS Wu is getting booked,
Jesus
the more he's
Christ.
getting paid. His rate just keeps going up, doubling. And then the Peter effect took place. You know what the Peter effect is? The Peter effect is a theory about what happens in the workplace. People keep getting promoted because they're a great, competent employee until they get promoted so many times that they are now incompetent for the role that they have been promoted to. So eventually everybody becomes Peters, and that is why a lot of the workforce feels unproductive, is what the theory is. I'm not saying I agree with this.
what do you mean a lot of people become Peters?
Like they all get promoted until they are incompetent in their job. And so sometimes that's why employees will complain, like, why does management all feel like so useless? It's because they're all Peters.
wow.
They've all been promoted to the point where now they don't have the qualifications for their managerial position. And all the employees are like, do you guys know anything about anything? Why do you guys suck so hard?
I
KRIS Wu
never
got
heard of it.
Petered because he
Damn.
was getting paid a lot. but
Cook
everyone
got
was like,
petered.
Wait a damn minute. He kind of sucks at acting. Did anyone notice? Like, yikes. They're not good. Apart from a few films that he starred in, they, they were done by an amazing team and cast. The other films, they had abysmal ratings. Some of them in the single digits. Everyone had a problem with his cringe acting, but who cares? Who cares? Everyone loves the guy. He went on show after show, and everyone is curious. Why is this guy single? What are you looking for in a partner?
Oh,
you know?
no.
Give the fans at home some hope that you're single because you're waiting for one of them to show up in your life right now. And this should have been a huge red flag. It really should have been. Okay, but KRIS Wu said his criteria for looking for a spouse is that she had to look angelic. She had to look pure. He wanted someone innocent, very clean, not a lot of makeup. That's what he said.
我喜欢那个长得特别的像天使一样的女孩，干干净净的，就特别 看上去很单纯的，不太喜欢就那个就妆不用特别的浓，简单一点。
That's a rape.
This is why I don't like I would say don't put your type on the internet, or just like don't announce your type. But that's crazy.
Reaching red flag. And then he said that his mom needed to be happy with his choice. In fact, compared to what he wanted, his mom's preference was even more important to him.
我觉得我反正还好啊，我妈真的是特别特别的严格。反正这点确实我还是会听我妈的。我觉得。
But at the time,
I can understand why he would. I can kind of understand why he would want his mom to like her, because he's literally with his mom. His mom is literally his manager, so that makes sense. That makes sense. At the moment, it makes sense, because who the hell would want their mom to start berating their loved one, their potential fiance or girlfriend every single day? Y'all know about moms that be talking that spice with no filter. Yeah, I can understand that.
internal biases were at play. Confirmation bias. Everyone liked KRIS. So they had confirmation bias, and they're like, "Aw, he really respects his mom. He will respect his wife. Wow." And then the starting signs. The
Question. Wait. I want a question. I have a question. Why the fuck? I have a question. Why do some people think the way you treat your mom is an indicator on how you gonna treat your wife? I don't know if it's the same for like how girls treat their dad is the way they gonna treat their husband, but like that to me that doesn't really make sense. Other than the fact that you know how to treat a woman in a way and have respect to women, but the other factor is that your mom is like, you came from her womb. She literally raised you, wipe your bum and everything. Like, that's your mom. I'm pretty sure your interactions with your mom are different than interactions with, say, your girlfriend. Unless, and this is my brain thinking, so correct me if I'm wrong. I do want to like learn some nuance, but it never really made sense to me. Like saying like, oh, he respects his mom, so that means he's gonna respect his girl. Those two relationships are different. Well, for one, you're not having relations with your mother. You know, so there's one. Your mom wiped your bum while you were a baby. That's 2. Saw you grow. That's 2.5. There's that. So you kind of have this. Obligation to respect your mom just off default. Like your mom can literally, like think about it. Your mom can literally steal millions of dollars out your account, and you can't really do nothing about it because that's your mom. You know, it's like those type of privileges. I'm just, somebody please let me know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Rotten from the inside, termite damage, mold. I mean, from the inside, things weren't looking great, but from the outside, everyone is like, wow, look at this beautiful mansion. But June 14th of 2016, the first crack was exposed. But like most things, the first crack is never taken seriously, unless it's the butt crack. Sorry. When there's a pattern of cracks or a series of cracks, that's when people are like, wait a minute, that's a pothole. We should do something about it. So the first crack was an influencer named Little Gina. She was less than 20 years old, and she looked like an angel. That's how everyone described her.
Just like a child.
Well, that day, she decided to tweet at KRIS Wu, and she
Respectfully.
wrote, from Vancouver to Canada, then to Shanghai and Beijing. In these unfamiliar cities, I have no relatives or friends. Every day
I don't know if that was rude or not, so I do apologize if that comes off rude. I don't know. Sorry, I'm gonna stop talking.
I hold my phone at home and I wait for your messages. But now you've disappeared. You neither answer my WeChat messages nor my calls. Do you remember what you said to me? Reply to me even if you want to break up. What is the point of ghosting me? At KRIS Wu. And to show Chris that she was serious, she didn't come to play. She posted screenshots of their chats and audio messages that showed that the two had sex, and Chris completely ghosted her after that. She even posted a picture of her and Chris Wu in a hotel room where Chris was falling next to her. And little Gina claimed that she was confused, heartbroken. She just wanted answers for why she was being ghosted. And since he wasn't responding to her, she felt like this was the only way to get his attention. She felt like she had been backed in a corner. Which, side note, one of the messages that she exposed, she was apparently going over to Chris's place to talk to him, and he texted her, "If you're coming, we'll talk when you get here." And she responded, "I'm here. Do I just get a room by myself? You still haven't woken up yet?" He responded, "No, my mom's here. Seriously." He's like 30 at this point. Meaning he couldn't see her because his mom was with him, and he was serious about it, okay?
Nigga, he's afraid of his mother. Good God.
They dragged him less for ghosting little Gina, but for being little mama's boy. Anyway.
Bitch, what the fuck? People about to trigger. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Comments about to trigger me. Obviously, this nigga's kind of scared of his mom. I don't know. Did he probably something different? I don't know. It seems like his mom is like a lot to deal with. So like, if you deal with Chris, you gotta deal with his mom. They a package deal. You know what I'm saying? That's what that feel like. I wouldn't say that's a mama's boy, but kinda, but not enough to like rip him a new one for it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Chris Wu denied the story, and a few celebrities, including a very famous director, defended him, and the internet moved on. The only impact that it had on Chris Wu was that it made him more famous. He was getting more attention. It was like a mini controversy, like what the Kardashians do, but it was like great for PR. In 2017, Chris Wu was invited to be on the host one of the hottest shows at the time. Oh, so you met him after, I think, then.
2017?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, he was a host on Rap of China.
Oh my god.
Let me tell you. This guy is obsessed with Rap of China. He watched Rap of China every day. I would hear Rap of China in the background, and I'm like, "Are you serious right now?"
I'll tell you, it's a pure. It all started with pure, like, curiosity. It's like when you first discover mukbang. It's just like pure. Like, what the f is this? You know, I've never in my whole life ever heard Chinese rapper. It just sounds so weird. It's like it's almost like a kink or something. Like when I listen to it, I'm just like, I can't believe these people. And then Chris Wu was so bizarre on there too. Everything is so bizarre.
Why was he bizarre on there?
The first episode I saw was he's like wearing this big cape. He walks out with a cape, and he was like, and he's so serious. Like anyone who watched Rap of China would know. Like he's so serious. He doesn't even smile. The whole time he's like looking into all these quote rappers' eyes and be like, "You got freestyle?
What?
You got freestyle?" And then like, you see these like rappers, they're all fumbling, like they don't know what to do. They're like, yeah, and then they rap like the most cringy rap.
Oh Jesus!
It's just such a show that I can't stop watching.
可以一人来一段 freestyle 吗？你有 freestyle 吗？有 freestyle 吗？
The fuck, nigga! Goddamn!
Yeah. And then I still slightly like obviously there are good ones too, and then I become a fan to some of them.
Yes, I am a fan of some people that.
This dog is. I'm sorry. Fight or flight, please.
We're on there, oddly enough. Yeah. Who's the girl that I love?
Lexi Liu.
But the other one too.
Lexi Liu.
Vava, yes.
Yeah.
It's where a bunch of contestants come on to rap, and there's a panel of judges, rappers, who will critique them, coach them, eliminate them, and there's a lot of wild moments. It's basically like The Voice, but rap version, and Chris Wu was a fan favorite on the show. Every single episode that launched, he would have kind of bizarre outfits, if I can say so objectively, but every episode, people would find out where every shirt, every accessory was from. They would screenshot it, post the outfit information instantly everything would sell out. They weren't even cheap pieces. It was like Rick Owens Bulgari watches.
Wow.
Since everything he
Good
wore
God.
instantly sold out, it seemed that his real niche was fashion. I guess everybody loved his fashion. So he started a variety show centered around fashion.
Oh,
And to really
Jesus.
solidify his space in the fashion industry, he landed some pretty big deals.
This nigga
He
getting
was
to that
invited the
bag.
Met Gala. He became one of the first non-British global spokespersons of Burberry.
Oh.
Burberry. I hate saying Burberry. Okay.
Burberry.
Did you know I worked there for 2 days? Yeah,
What?
it's the worst.
What?
Not gonna lie to you. It was probably like top 5 worst places I've ever worked in my life. Wow. The culture there is bizarre.
Work at Six Flags. I promise you. Yeah, go ahead, work at Six Flags. Let's see if you get banned like I did.
I don't know if it's just that one store, but they're like, you can't say Burberry.
What?
Sounds dumb. I'm like, you're dumb. That's rude. I'm leaving. Okay, so anyway, he became a global spokesperson, which I didn't know there were ranks to it, but it goes like this. For international brands, you can be quoted as a friend of the brand. That means the brand kind of likes you. They're not committed. You guys are just kind of seeing each other. They might dress you here and there. Then you become a brand ambassador. That's a step up. The brand likes you. They might dress you. You're somewhat associated with this brand for a while, right?
Okay.
And then top tier, brand spokesperson. That's like you and the brand are like this, and your bank account is like this. Even then, there's levels to it. You could be a spokesperson for the region, for the continent, right? For Eastern Asia, North America, or you could be a global spokesperson.
So the highest is global spokesperson.
But there's layers to that too.
What about space?
So there's product-specific spokespeople. So
Oh.
you could be a regional spokesperson for a series of products. So that's like their athletic line. You're like a spokesperson just for their athletic line or just for their jewelry line. Or you could be the top tier is full product line, full global ambassador.
Like you are the brand.
You are the brand.
You
and
are
the brand. Yeah,
Burberry.
you are Burberry. Yeah, you're not just a Burberry trench coat. You are Burberry.
You are Burberry.
Oh, he was that.
He was that.
You are Burberry.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
you
You
are
are Burberry.
Louis Vuitton, right?
Yeah, and
wow.
apparently after he signed with Burberry, their sales in the third quarter increased by 22%.
What the fuck?
I mean, how much of that is Chris? I guess we don't know.
Dog, that's
Maybe Burberry knows, but that's insane.
That's crazy.
So from there, when his contract or relationship ended, he starts working with Louis Vuitton as a global spokesperson for them in 2018.
Wow.
And then in 2019,
I'm gonna be honest, all these accolades is making this man seem like he is him. What the hell happened, bro? Good
he
God.
became the spokesperson for Bulgari watch in China.
Ooh.
So not globally. And then he was the spokesperson of Porsche China Motorsport in 2021.
Oh yeah. He
So-
was doing a lot of races in Porsche.
Yeah.
Yes.
Side note about the Porsche deal, okay? Chris decided that he was gonna dabble in potential racing career because that's pretty cool. Like vroom vroom.
He tries
The
a
whole,
lot of
I want to be
stuff.
a bad boy aesthetic. Mama's boy coming through, beep beep. And Chris broke a lot of records. Unfortunately, they were all his own records. And during that time, rumors about potential relationships were still raging on in the background. But most single celebrity, A-list celebrities, I imagine, have those rumors. In 2019, he was spotted. He was spotted holding hands with a 21-year-old named Luna Chen. It was all over the tabloids. Luna decided to take to
tabloids.
social media to silence the rumors. She wrote just one tweet about it. She wrote, "I've always respected Chris Wu. We are not dating, and we don't have a story for you." For some reason, people did not like her statement. I
What?
don't know why. I thought it was a regular statement. People did not like her holding hands with Chris Wu because immediately she became the target of backlash and bullying. A ton of people started accusing her of being a little schemer. They suspected that she did all of this to gain attention. She wanted to become a big social media star, and that is why she's doing this. The narrative turned from, oh my god, Chris Wu is dating someone, to Luna is manipulating Chris Wu's gentle feelings, tricked him into thinking that they were in love, and then called the paparazzi on them in the parking lot, made this picture go viral and get...
Bro, y'all. If y'all use this type of mental gymnastics, y'all should definitely work at like some really nice places. Y'all got the talents just off innate ability to make up some bullshit. Even if it's not bullshit or even if it is bullshit. How the hell do y'all do this?
leaked, and now he's trying to become famous off of the incident. A lot of people started to feel bad for Chris. Listen, that is some crazy PR team going on.
Yo, bro, like this is
You
crazy.
can feel bad for anyone. It doesn't matter. But a 30-year-old man with that amount of power, fame, and money, we can't sit here and act like they're innocent. We can't sit here and be like, oh my God,
They
they're
could
just
be,
waiting
though.
for love. Come on. So a lot of people started to feel bad for KRIS. They said that he was just a pure boy who longed for love, and he was just so naive, and we must protect him at all costs. KRIS got no hate, not saying that he should get hate for a dating rumor, but Luna got a ton of hate. And KRIS, his image of being this pure boy looking for true love only deepened.
Why didn't
which,
he?
Again,
Why didn't
that
he
doesn't
defend
make
her?
sense to
Aren't
me.
they
like,
friends?
what in the romance novel trope is this? You're telling me that he can't find a single girl that he wants to settle down with him, and he's just waiting for the right one?
Ow, stop.
You watching at home, he's waiting for you. I
No.
mean, I get it if he's like, I
Not
can't
me.
settle down because of my career, but he was really kind of leaning into the whole, I need love. So anyways, things calmed down after a while until another rumor quite literally almost broke the internet. Let's talk about DMZ. DMZ is what they call her, but her name is Du Meiju, and she was born in 2002. She's a performing arts student. She had just taken the college entrance exam in 2020, so she's very young, and she kept getting reached out by KRIS Wu's agent to meet. KRIS Wu's agent is Fang Meng, a woman, and keep this in mind for later. So DMZ is rejecting each and every request to meet in person because she's like, I don't care if you're KRIS Wu's agent. This is weird. Why would I want to meet with you? And then the agent was even asking for her to come to a Werewolves of Miller's Hollow card game.
What? Oh, long and shot.
Yes, with KRIS Wu.
It's the same game.
Yes,
we
it's
play.
like Mafia, but
Yes,
apparently
Mafia.
you guys do it in like buildings or something. Like you can go to a giant building
What?
and dress up.
Oh yeah. Yes. Like role play. Like much more
Ooh,
intense
role play,
type of game. Yes,
role play.
Very popular.
Yeah, the agent is like, do you want to come to this werewolves game? KRIS Wu is going to be there. And she's like, no. And then December 5th of 2020, DMZ gets a text from KRIS's agent. And she's like, KRIS wants you to be the new leading role in his music video. Okay, now she's like, the
Persistence,
werewolves.
right?
I'm kind of interested. Can you blame her? Like, that's exciting. That's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. DMZ was expecting some sort of interview, some sort of process before the filming started because I'm sure he would want to meet her in person. But instead, the agent kept telling her that KRIS Wu needs to meet you, yes, but he needs to meet you in his house because he's an A-list celebrity. He can't meet you in public. He doesn't want to be filmed. You have to meet at his house. Make sure that you're suitable for the role. DMZ was a little confused because why can't it be like an office or something?
Yeah, like, what
she's
the
a little
fuck?
bit nervous, but she thought it's still such a rare opportunity. And let's be real, this is an A-list celebrity. Why would anyone of them risk their entire careers to do something shady?
Yeah, right.
The agent is a woman, it'll be fine.
Nope.
She gets in the car, goes over to KRIS's place, and instantly she feels better. The place was packed with a ton of people. Friends,
Oh, okay.
entourage, people who worked for KRIS, I don't know. But there were a ton of people there. But it was strange because the staff asked to take her phone. Oh yeah, she was nervous. She tried to reason that it made sense because, what if she recorded something and leaked it? So they took her phone. She continues into the apartment, and she found out very quickly, to her disappointment, it was not a work gathering, but it was a drinking party.
Oh, no.
DMZ was stressed. She didn't know a single person in that
Girl,
room.
go
She's
home.
not really a drinker, and they're all pushing drinks on her aggressively.
Oh,
they kept
no.
saying things like, you got a dream job to star in the music video. Don't you want to drink with your idol? Can't you just do one shot with your idol? Like, you guys have to know each other before the music video. Just take a shot. DMZ felt like she couldn't say no. So she drank a bit too much. She ended up throwing up and blacking out.
Oh, no.
And around 7 a.m., she woke up and she had sex with KRIS Wu.
Okay.
She fell back asleep. And then woke up again in a daze. So if she woke up again in a daze, it's speculated that she probably wasn't that super coherent when she engaged in sexual activity with KRIS Wu. She said that she stared at the ceiling in bed for a while. She couldn't believe what just happened. KRIS is laying next to her and everything felt just like a blur. She just wanted to get her clothes and run home and puke. She tried to get out of the bedroom as quietly as possible to not wake up KRIS, but instead, KRIS's cousin was sleeping in the living room. And basically, she couldn't get out without waking this person up. It was really uncomfortable. So this person is pertinent later. So now DMZ can't leave. She just has to wait in KRIS's bedroom until the cousin wakes up so she could get out of there. She just said that she awkwardly stood in there for a while because she was just in so much shock. And KRIS woke up and asked her, "Why are you standing?" He pulls her back into bed. She's clearly confused. And he tries to calm her down by saying, Mind you, this is the first time they've ever met each other. This is the first time they've ever even spoken to each other. He said, be my girlfriend. I'll be responsible for you. I'll love you, take care of you for the rest of your life. I'll take you to meet my mom on Chinese New Year. I can help you with your career. He essentially love-bombed her. Now, to give you some perspective, she's 18 at this point. She had like just turned 18 and she's young and he's showering her with praise, attention. This is...
And KRIS was already what?
Like almost 30, I think,
almost 30. Yeah.
So just the age difference is a huge power imbalance.
Oh my
but
fuck.
think about the true power imbalance. A-list celebrity, the money, influence, fame, power that he had. He essentially love-bombed her. And from even just a normal person, being love-bombed is a lot. But coming from the hottest celebrity in the nation, I mean, just think about the psychological confusion that she probably had. DMZ said that she genuinely believed that KRIS wanted to date her. And the two added each other on WeChat. She was so excited. You know, that was a scary, confusing night, yes. But now in her mind, she was at least convincing herself that it was the start of a love story,
Oh,
right?
no.
Which, I mean, I can totally see that. I don't know why so many people come for this poor girl. Like, it's beyond me. Just imagine your dream crush who happens to be a celebrity starts showering you with love. Like, it's toxic and there's no way to even help yourself but fall for it. Honestly, KRIS would even bring her around to his friends to make her feel special, make her feel like they were the
Why
real
the fuck
deal.
are they?
And
Why are
his
they on
friends
her
were probably like,
ass?
oh, he never brings girls around. Like, you're different. And for
Ew,
her
son.
birthday, he transferred her $5,000 to buy whatever she wanted, which DMZ felt super loved. But side note, DMZ came from a well-off family and she had a monthly living allowance of nearly $15,000. So she's not a gold digger. She's not like out here trying.
A monthly allowance of $15,000 a month.
Trying to take him for his pennies and his, you know, money.
Bro, they should not be going after that
You
girl,
know, it's
cuz.
not like she was holding on to him to survive, which is a thing because people think that she was out for money.
What?
She genuinely thought that they were dating, and she genuinely thought that he was falling in love with her because he was basically telling her that nonstop. But of course, everything had to be a secret. Nobody could know that they were dating because, you know, the industry. So after a few months of secretly dating, radio silence, she gets ghosted. Just
What?
straight up ghosted. And then KRIS Wu was photographed by the media with another girl. May 28th of 2021, KRIS Wu was allegedly spotted on a date with a girl in a movie theater that he had booked out the whole theater. There's CCTV footage of them walking in together, walking out together, and even just sitting in the movie theater, just them two. Immediately, his team responded. They were pissed. They called out the theater for violating KRIS's privacy, but they also said that KRIS had booked the whole theater for a private showing for all of his friends, and the security footage was taken at a convenient time when the other friends hadn't joined them yet, because they all came at separate times.
Wow.
They said that someone edited the footage to make it seem like something it wasn't. The movie theater company issued a formal apology for violating the privacy of KRIS Wu. They said the employee has been taken care of. Probably they were fired, but also they threw some tea into the fire. They said, by the way, nothing was edited. Goodbye.
Hey, cuz.
Yeah, that was another dating scandal. But then there was another one, like almost immediately after. Netizens found an influencer who had just turned 18 years old.
Nigga.
And she was wearing a necklace, and it seemed like the one that KRIS Wu had been wearing just recently. And I guess it's like a very special type of necklace, like not a very common one that you can just buy. And it became a whole thing.
Oh,
and it
jeez.
made sense because she was completely his vibe. She was pretty, just freshly turned 18. Super innocent, very pale. Apparently he liked pale girls. And there was a rumor that he was dating her too. And the whole time, DMZ is just on the side reading all the news, and she feels utterly gutted. She felt depressed after he ghosted her. I mean, she went from being in her own fairy tale, being love-bombed by him, and being told that she was special and they were soulmates, to radio silence. She felt like she did something wrong, like it was her fault in some way, or she wasn't good enough in some aspect.
Bro, getting ghosted is not fun, fool. I'm gonna be honest with you, cuz. That shit not fun. That shit will actually make you feel like you are worthless. Hey. Let's not talk about my experience.
DMZ's friends said that she went from being someone who was always on top of her grades, like top of her class, and now she couldn't even get out of bed to go to school anymore.
Oh
It
my
was a lot.
God.
It was actually her friend who ousted all of this to the public.
Mm.
Her friend took screenshots from DMZ's phone of Kris Wu with DMZ's permission and all of their conversations, even Kris Wu sending her selfies, and shared the whole story with the whole world.
Wow.
Of how DMZ went to his house for, you know, a music video audition, and then they had sex, and then he love bombed her, and then now she ghosted her. And the shock was instant. Everyone was confused. I mean, what? There's even a selfie that Kris texted her that had never been posted on the internet before. So, I mean, it had to be him, right?
You know what's funny? Here's one thing. Here's a little tidbit as to why a lot of people, like, you know, the cancel culture thing. One of the things that will probably get, like, the cancel culture to have, like, as big as an impact is if your image is seen as being family friendly. What's it called? If your image is to be seen as family friendly, innocent, blah 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 blah, and even if you, and we not even talking about Kris right now, even if you do something human, that backlash gonna be on your ass. You wanna know why? Because you broke that reality, and a lot of people don't like having their reality broken. Some people, not a lot of people don't want to hear the truth, cause a lot of people cannot get with the reality, man. That's one of the reasons. I'm not really talking about Kris in this situation, but that's one of the reasons. It's like a psychological thing.
Well, his team responded the next day saying that DMZ needed to take the whole thing down because they were planning to file a lawsuit for infringing content. DMZ responded that she wasn't scared of being sued. She was over it now.
15 bands a month. You can sue whoever you want.
This is where things start getting crazy. This is where things start heating up. Everyone is confused. What the fork is going on?
What the fork?
Everyone wants to know the tea. But just like Luna, everyone starts accusing DMZ of just doing this all for attention. Some people even commented on her socials, Kris Wu likes you. Has he ever seen you without makeup? All you're thinking about is
that's
going
crazy.
and following and trying to trend on the news. You want to be...
That's crazy. How is the person who's showing you a common theme is the one that I don't... That doesn't make... That's so stupid. Obviously, this nigga be ghosting girls, and everybody be going to the girls. I don't...
famous so bad that you're going crazy. All of this for money, really? Kris Wu used this PR moment to promote his new song, and he wrote a cryptic tweet that said, "No snowflake in an avalanche ever feels responsible." Before you think the guy
The
is
fuck
smart.
does that mean?
It's actually a famous line from a Polish poet, so
What does that mean?
he didn't come up with it. But it's like saying that everyone is responsible when an avalanche happens, meaning if someone gets incorrectly canceled off of fake news, then every single person who left a comment or pushed a narrative is responsible, even if they don't feel like they're responsible because they're just a regular person with no following and they're not media outlets. But yeah, Kris is basically saying that every commenter, every netizen that is throwing fuel to the fire is guilty and responsible. And then more news hit. July of 2022 is a busy month. DMZ alleged that Kris had a special WeChat account that was specifically used to add underage girls. He had a middleman choose them on the internet, and they had to fit this strict criteria. And once you listen to this, you're gonna gag. You're gonna want this man behind bars. He wanted only 18-year-olds, girls that were specifically born after the year 2000. And he would consider underage girls who were going to take the college entrance exam soon, meaning they were going to turn 18 soon.
What the fuck?
Nigga,
Nigga.
agent invite the girls over under the premise of having them feature in his music video. Then they would push all the drinks onto this girl, DMZ said, and then he would take his chance to sexually assault these girls and tell them tender words afterwards so that they don't report it, like, "I will be responsible for you." Things like that. DMZ said she was exposing it all now because she said, "I wanted to face everything bravely and live a new life, but now you let your fans harass and attack me. Don't be fooled by this perfect person in front of you. Deceived young girls, look at the facts."
Girl.
And sure enough, more and more girls started to come forward with similar stories.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That is probably one of the most bravest shit I've seen in my life or heard in my life. Imagine, bro. Cause going against somebody with this much power and not caring about like possible outcomes, like somebody with this much power can get you knocked off. That's some brave ass shit, bro. I'm not. Wow.
Stories about Kris Wu. DMZ said
Wow.
the number of victims may have exceeded 12. Already 8 victims have reached out to me, including 2 underage girls. DMZ said that she was bringing all of this to the internet because she wanted everyone to see Chris's true colors and not be fooled by this guy. This way, he can't hurt any more young girls. She said all the girls, all the victims just want a simple and sincere apology. Why is that so difficult? I don't think I have to put up with it anymore. Just wait and see. In a few days, the same victims will report to the police with evidence. Oof. So she's basically threatening, not threatening in the sense that like threatening, but like, hey, you need to take accountability, otherwise we're going to force you to take accountability for your crimes. The pressure, the drama, the allegations, I mean, they were amping up. DMZ accepted an exclusive interview with a media outlet, and she said that she had evidence that she was ready to file into a police report after sorting everything out, and she said that this evidence could put him behind bars for a really long time. She also talked about the death threats and harassment that she received online. I mean, it was brutal. Chris's friends would say some pretty vile things like, didn't you say that you were depressed? Why don't you go yourself? Why don't you just call the police then? Are you scared that you have no evidence? Another commenter wrote, are you just a that anyone can sleep with? Someone wrote, what's the point of being alive? You're way too ugly to make this much drama happen. I hope you die soon. Chris's fans still supported him, and at this point in time, he had a lot more supporters than haters. But as the screenshots come rolling in, the group becomes smaller and smaller, and they would say things like, she just wants to be famous. We gotta support Kris Wu in defending his rights, because regardless of this guy, this woman is not a saint in the first place. They were straight up saying things like, they can see right through DMZ, and they know that she just wants to be famous. I mean, she's doing the absolute most. But the rational Kris Wu fans, they tried to be impartial. They hoped that DMZ would go to the police, and if the allegations were true, then the police would hold Kris accountable, and they were disappointed that these allegations were coming out. But they were kind of waiting to see how things played out. They didn't want to jump the gun either, but they didn't want to sit there and hate on DMZ and defend Kris Wu. They were just trying to be rational. So it was a bit of a shock to everyone when the first news of a police report came out, and it was from Chris's mom. Kris Wu's mom reported to the police that her son was being blackmailed by DMZ. I'm sorry, what? So naturally, everyone assumed, yeah, DMZ is probably blackmailing them for money. For 2 days, it was pure chaos before DMZ responded to the allegations by saying she had been connected with other victims of Chris's, and they said that they had all been depressed, self-harming, some of them had abortions, some of them had contracted STDs. She confirmed...
What the fuck? Nigga, oh my lord. Dog, what the fuck? I got a headache.
To the public that she had filed a police report already, and she posted screenshots of her conversations with Kris Wu's team talking about money. So she's trying to be as transparent as possible, it seems. The truth is, yeah, she did talk to Chris's team about money. At first, Chris's team wanted to ask her, what do you want? Like, what do you want to take all of this down? What do you want to make this go away? And she wrote that she just wanted a public apology and for him to stop hiring spam accounts to smear her reputation. They responded that they never hired spam accounts and that he would never publicly apologize. It was impossible. Instead, they hoped that they could all reach a financial agreement.
Oh, no,
So
you're getting
DMZ
outed, buddy.
did. She asked them for $1 million. She said that she was going to split it with 8 other victims, so that's 9 people splitting $1 million.
Okay.
And they hit her back with, we can do $140,000.
Yeah, no.
With the condition that you delete all of your posts and post an apology letter.
Send that nigga up the river.
It's crazy because
to the gallows with him.
Literally nothing.
To the gallows with him. This nigga's making almost $1 billion. Get the fuck out of here, cuz. Like, are you crazy? Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Not only your mans is doing this wild ass stuff, not only you're trying to cover it up, he has this whole trail of destruction. You're going to this woman to beg. You're begging. You're begging. You're begging for her to take all this stuff down, which should be up. You know what I'm saying? And you still have the audacity, while begging, to be choosing? Oh,
To KRIS.
Yeah. So
Nah.
Google says he's worth $9 million. He's not. He's probably worth at least $100 million, if not more.
Way more,
Yeah,
yeah.
based on the crazy deals that he was getting in China. So, okay, the reason I know that he's worth more is because later he actually gets fined by the Chinese government for tax evasion, and they fined him $85 million. I'm assuming
That means you have to make way more than that to
Yeah.
be
fined $85 million for tax evasion.
tax.
Yo,
So
what
the guy made more than $85 million freaking dollars, okay? He's got a lot of money. So $1 million really is nothing to keep his career. And I'm not saying that he should be doing this. I'm just saying it's on top of all of this. He's also a cheap ass.
It's
Like,
just
what?
on
They
top
said
of
$100,000.
everything, cuz.
She's like, okay, maybe closer to like 400,000 because that's a lot of victims that we're splitting it amongst, and like none of us really have jobs because we all can't function like normal human beings because we're depressed and anxious. But they were like, we'll think about it. But you need to admit that you're wrong, and you need to admit that KRIS Wu did not engage in sexual activity with underage girls. And DMZ was pissed about that. She wrote in the text messages, I'm the one that was hurt. Why should I apologize? And the person was like, just make the promise. What else can you get if you end up getting no money? There were more negotiations until they finally settled on $300,000 with a written guarantee, a contract, if you will. The staff even kindly provided her with an apology template for her to use and post online. It goes as follows. I was acting on impulse when I posted those things. I was hurt. I believed articles that weren't verified, but my suffering was true. It's been a few days, and I don't want to make a fuss. I don't want people to say that I'm looking for attention anymore. I'm exhausted.
I have a question. Do the same rules apply when you have a contract and it could be null and void if you are signing that contract under duress? Is that a thing? I'm guessing this is in China. Is that a thing in China? Can y'all say that in the comments? Because I know the comments are going to be commenting. So can somebody please say something about that? Just want to know.
Exhausted. Let's just all settle down now. DMZ agreed, but she said that she wanted to add that KRIS has already privately apologized to her. This was a huge point of contention for her. KRIS's team did not want that. They did not want any admission of guilt or any apology, but DMZ wanted to include it. It almost cut the whole deal off.
Oof.
KRIS's team demanded another line be added into her statement, and it would read, I have received an apology in private. It is untrue that he chose concubines and pressured girls to drink and have sex with minors. The reason why I posted those things was because I was hurt. People's interpretation is becoming further and further from the truth. Some even allege that he girls. I don't want to waste public resources anymore. I don't want to be told I'm looking for attention. I've let it go. I want to start my life over. Be at peace with each other. I hope everyone understands. DMZ refused. She wanted to add either the words, he knows what he did, or he already apologized in private. The two sides went back and forth on this whole apology, and finally they found a middle ground. She would post the apology, and then I think later she would maybe cryptically post that he apologized. But it was like $300,000 that they settled on, right? But she was going to get $70,000, and then she would have to sign a formal agreement, and then she would get the rest of the money. So it would come in batches. And now, no statement she released would ever be taken seriously if it was similar to that, because she posted all the text messages between her and KRIS's team, because KRIS's mom accused her of blackmailing them for money. So technically this was all going on behind the scenes, but then KRIS's mom went to the police and was like, we're getting blackmailed by this girl. So the police were like, we're investigating about these blackmail claims. So then DMZ was like, oh yeah? Okay, fine. I'm not going to get accused of blackmail. Let me post these screenshots.
Oh, these text messages.
Yeah.
The negotiation of the money.
Yeah.
She just exposed it all.
Before even posting that statement.
Hey, yo.
Right. just
So-
to show people what they're trying to
Yes.
hide. Yes.
So she had gotten $70,000, or she had already gotten the $70,000, but she was supposed to sign the contract, then post the statement, and then get the rest of the money, right? Well, she had exposed all of these text messages about the negotiations after she had gotten the $70,000, but before she signed the contract. So people were confused. They're like, so you are blackmailing him for money? Like, what's going on? DMZ explained the money wasn't just for her. It was her and 8 other victims, and they had all been depending on their families for their livelihoods. They had burned through their savings. They weren't going to work. I mean, this was compensation for them. It was going to be...
What's the definition? Oh, I'm about to search the definition for blackmail. Because are you fucking serious, bro? Blackmail, the action treated as a criminal offense of demanding payment or other benefit from someone in return for not revealing, compromising, or damaging information about them. Blackmail is an act of coercion using the threat of revealing or publicizing either that's a big word, truth, or false information about a person or people unless certain demands are met. It is often damaging information, and it may be revealed to family members or associates rather than to the general public. Okay, well, if he did all this shit to these people, the nigga deserves to get blackmailed. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it's blackmail, then it's blackmail, nigga. You gonna give something. You're not finna just take.
split between 9 people just to help them get back on their feet.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not about to be talking to no goddamn public no more, bro. This shit is cause fuck the public. Obviously, they proved that they don't know how to handle situations. The public, nigga, fuck this nigga, bro. Like what?
And it's not like KRIS Wu would have missed the money. She said that he was loaded and she knew it. I mean, if you Google it, like I said, it's going to say 9 million, but a lot of people in China believe it's closer to like 400 million. He truly is killing it, or was killing it. So you think $300,000 is even a lot for this guy when it's just for these victims, for these girls to get their life back together? So true.
And like the whole kill is like, some people will say like it's off the principle. Okay, the principle of what? Whatever.
Her request
It's
was
not whatever,
not
but-
much for 9 irrevocably traumatized
Like,
people.
come on, bro.
So anyway, the team agreed, and they said that they would be transferring her the money in batches. She got the $70,000. She posted these receipts. Now, the $70,000 came from 2 different bank accounts. One was under Chris's name, and the other one was under KRIS Wu's mom's name. So mommy is still out here cleaning up his messes. And then after posting this, DMZ took the contract that Chris's team had given her
And
to
rip
sign.
it up.
Remember, she had to sign it.
Rip it
to
up.
get the rest of the money.
Rip it.
Went to a lawyer. She hadn't gone to a lawyer prior to this.
Smart.
And this lawyer was like, pump the brakes. Because this contract that they sent you, basically, you're admitting to blackmail, extortion, and coercion. And when you take this contract, go to the police because you signed it. You're basically admitting to committing crimes. And
She's smart. She's smart. Yes, good.
you
Oh.
could have been thrown in jail for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
They were basically asking for her to sign a confession. The
Oh.
other side would have used this as evidence. And if you're like, okay, well, why didn't she read the contract? She did. It's very complicated legal contracts. And she's 18 years old. She, like, remember when you're 18? Like,
Girl,
I
you
was so
are
scared of legal-
smart.
I'm still so scared of legal
You are
contracts. 18? So she posts the contract, and everyone is spitting out their coffee. Like, netizens are like, if you...
Bro, she just what? I don't understand. Like, I'm not trying to defend KRIS Wu and whoever the fuck is giving her these contracts, but why do you keep giving her contracts? She's gonna post everything. I'm so glad that they're dumb. I'm so glad this is why you don't do bad shit. This is why you don't be a piece of shit. Like, what the fuck?
signed this contract, they would have fucked you up. You probably would have gone to prison. I mean, why would they even send you this contract unless that's what they wanted to do? So the netizens were arguing, but hold on to your arms on this one because it gets really wild. Like, really, really wild. There is a scammer in the mix.
What? Who's the
I'm gonna come
scammer?
back to it. I'm
What?
gonna come back
This
to
shit
it.
messy as hell.
So just keep this in mind. These conversations do not end here. This whole blackmail thing does not end here. Just wait till a little later.
Okay.
DMZ is fed up. She said, "We don't want any compensation anymore, so don't come to us with that. We want justice." She also showed proof that her physical and mental health had deteriorated. She was diagnosed with anxiety, depression. She was receiving electroshock therapy for that. Her health scores were really low in terms of stress, fatigue, insomnia. And then, July 2021, DMZ posted a long article exposing how KRIS Wu lures the girls. So it's like a step-by-step of how he does it. Using an excuse, looking for an actress in the studio. The team selects beautiful fans, and sometimes, if successful, he ends up sleeping with them. He will allegedly even give out rewards of $1,500 to whatever employees set him up.
This nigga's
Step
nasty.
2, invite the girl to a night drinking party at his house.
This is nasty
Pressure
work.
her to drink. If she wants to leave, Chris's agent will threaten to destroy her career.
That's nasty work.
Step 3, he will let his cousin threaten the girl if she tries to leave and tell the police. That's why he sleeps in the living room. While Chris and the girl are in the bedroom, his cousin is going to make sure that nothing happens in the living room, like she doesn't escape. Chris will soften up the girl to make sure that she doesn't go to the police by saying things like, "I only like you, I'm only here for you, I want you to meet my mother." Like, he said that to every girl. And he would always use the next upcoming holiday. So sometimes it was, "I want you to meet my mom for Chinese New Year. I want you to meet my mom for Mooncake Festival.
Wow.
I want you to meet my mom for Christmas." It was like, whatever the next
Wow.
It was also exposed that allegedly he would say some really, really weird stuff before he engaged in sexual activity. A lot of girls corroborated this story that he would say, and apparently this is like a routine for him, he would say to the victim before penetration, "I'm very big. Hang in there for a second." And after finishing 2 to 3 minutes later, he would look for validation from the girl and he would ask, "How was it? Am I good? Aren't I big? Every one of my exes said I was too big."
I'm not gonna lie, this nigga's a loser. That shit's crazy, bro. This nigga's a weenie. Good God. Hey, fucking yo.
Yeah. And like, I know it's not funny in the context, but the
This
internet
shit not
really had
funny,
a field day with
cuz.
this one. Even the victims were making fun of him. DMZ said, "Women are willing to lie to you when they love you." And she suggested that he needs to change his name to Toothpick Woo. Because the feeling of intercourse with him is like sticking a toothpick in your nose.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Savage.
This would be a good time to bring up some of his alleged text messages that he sent to girls. And buckle up because it's cringe town now.
Let's go.
A woman came forward to expose messages between her and Chris. Chris kept telling her, he's nearly 30 at this point, that he's looking for a serious relationship and he just wanted to find someone to love and marry. He's looking for a clean girl with a good, obedient personality.
Oh my god.
Anyway, he continued that he fell in love with her at first sight through her pictures because, get this, her figure, her personality, and her light skin is exactly what he was looking for.
Who taught this nigga how to
point,
talk
the
to
two
girls?
hadn't even met yet, and he's doing all of this. He also asked her, "Are you single? Did you ever have sex before?" And then he lectured her. "A girl's first time is very important. Don't give it to a boy easily.
Oh my god.
You know, a man's capability is more important, so his first time doesn't really matter to him at all." Anyway,
This nigga
she said that they
suck.
would eventually meet at a hotel, and it was a lot. He kept pushing drinks on her. He tried to feed her with his mouth, like,
Ew.
and then she rejected him, and then he tried to grab her boob. And she rejected him again, and thankfully she was coherent because she had a high alcohol tolerance, which I guess he wasn't expecting. So she's like, "I'm still not tipsy, and you're a creep." Another girl came forward, and she posted alleged text messages between them, and he wrote, "Silly Piggly, I've always wanted to ask you a question. Will you hurt me? Like, one day, if we're not together anymore, will you hurt me?" And she responded with crying emoji and hit him with the, "Are you dumb?" Because it's really dumb. Who writes that? And he wrote, "Ha ha ha ha. Okay, baby. The reason I ask is because I'm scared. I've been hurt before. That's why I asked." In another conversation, he allegedly wrote, "Baby, Can you keep me company today? I can't sleep without you. Came home from set. Can you keep me company? Very whiny, okay? Very whiny. So a lot of cringe. Now back to the crimes. DMZ said that KRIS never wore condoms. Never took any precautions.
This nigga's, oh my God. 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 This nigga's a fucking demon. This nigga's a demon. God damn.
And finally, DMZ ended the article by giving KRIS Wu an ultimatum. She said that she chose to disclose everything online instead of to the police because she wanted her to hear an apology. But she said that she had information that would put him behind bars for 10 years. So her demand was that he hold a press conference within 24 hours, write an apology letter, and also announce his withdrawal from the entertainment industry.
Ooh.
Otherwise, she would ruin him. DMZ said, I can ruin your reputation even if I don't reveal what happened to those girls. Hurry up and get ready, Mr. Wu. This is a battle. DMZ reflected on her whole life and she said, I clearly know that my life has been destroyed. Although I only had sex with KRIS, the public thinks that I'm a whore. My future husband and mother-in-law will probably bring this up when we fight. Maybe my children will be called the child of a whore in school. Like, my life feels ruined, but I can't ruin the other victims because I, for one, am a human being. More women came forward, including one of KRIS Wu's earliest reported girlfriends, and she just made a cryptic post that read, Justice after 7 years? Give it to me. Now, this is around the time that the police started to show interest in this case. CCP got to work, Chinese Communist Party. They hid the promotions of KRIS Wu's new song as a precaution, and brands start dropping like flies.
Damn.
So finally, KRIS Wu lost all 15 of his major contracts.
Sheesh.
Usually when it drops, it's overnight.
Yeah.
Everyone drops at the same time.
Damn.
Crazy. It seemed that the only way to get KRIS Wu to respond was to mess with his endorsements because he finally posted a personal statement, which I'm sure was just read over nonstop by his entire team of lawyers and publicists, but you get it. It wasn't his team or his mom talking for him. He posted it, and I'm not sure if he wrote it, but he wrote, I didn't respond before because I didn't want to interfere with the judicial system, but I didn't expect my silence would make rumor mongers more ruthless. I can't stand it anymore. I only met Miss Du once, no selection of women, no underage girls. If that did happen, please be assured that I will go to prison myself. People weren't really buying it at this point. A comment under his post told him to, and I quote, get lost. And that got 1 million likes. People had gone up to dig all the prior red flags that they felt like they had missed. So remember the fashion show that he was on, or the reality fashion show?
It's called Full Try.
Yeah.
I actually watched that one too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So basically, the reality series is KRIS becoming a store manager at a pop-up clothing store in Tokyo that specializes in like Chinese streetwear. He has to run the store basically, and he can't just be like, I'm KRIS Wu, I'm gonna hire a bunch of people. Basically, it's watching him have a real job.
Like LeBron
like
James
he has to do
at
the
the
merchandising,
pizza place.
he has to do the store displays, marketing, like everything, and it's like the ups and downs. And his whole team of people, a lot of them would be celebrity guests. There would be other celebrities that were there that were help running this store. Angelababy being one of the most notable ones. Anyway, there was another young guest celebrity on there. Her name was Zhao Jinmai.
Zhao Jinmai.
Yeah, she was
Zhao
17 at the
Jinmai.
time. And during the show, KRIS was showing a ton of attention to Zhao. He's 29. She's 17. And alarmingly, she's exactly his type. So she has this cute, innocent vibe to her. And in one of the episodes, she's modeling their newest collection, which is like this pink puffer jacket. And the overall look is very cute, right?
Yeah.
Everyone around them is just complimenting her. And she's like, oh, the clothes look cute. You look good in that. Like, you look so good. You can pull off anything. Like, these are normal things to say to a 17-year-old trying on clothes.
Was that KRIS in the back? Didn't it look like he's on the prowl? I'm gonna be honest with you.
But KRIS came in there and he grabs her arm and is like walking away from everyone else with her in tow. And he says, and the translation is, wow, you look so adorable. Let's go. We're off work now. Let's go home.
现在太可爱了，走，我们下班，走吧。干啥？我们回家。我要把她带走。
Okay, like, let's go home. I think, okay, in Korean, let's go home has a very sexual undertone. I don't know if it does in China. I don't know. But in Korea, like when guys say, let's go home to their wives or girlfriends, it's usually like in the tone, like this playful tone, it's like a, I can't wait to go home to rip your clothes off tone. Unless they're really mad. Then they're like, let's go home, you know? But no, it's weird. And he turns to everyone and he says, I'm going to take her away now. Angela Baby butted in and said, your daughter?
女儿吗？
So nobody thought anything of it then, but now looking back, it seems like Angela Baby maybe was trying to create distance between them, like trying to tell him, like, what are you saying? This girl is like young enough to be your daughter, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Also, KRIS created a nickname for Zhao, calling her Mai Mai, and KRIS kept showing her a ton of attention, saying things like, Mai Mai, you need to wait for me to get back from running my errands. You promise? You promise? It was so strange that later, after KRIS Wu left, Angela Baby and Zhao were talking together, and she told Zhao, hey, don't worry about KRIS and his weird goodbye. Like, don't take it seriously. He's just being weird. Meaning probably, like, just go home. KRIS kept trying to create opportunities for him to be alone with Zhao, and Angela Baby would very smoothly indicate that Zhao didn't want that, because it didn't look like she wanted it. In another episode, KRIS turned off the lights and said that his plan was to play a haunted house game, and he starts trying to freak out Zhao, just like basically talking to her and saying things like, now imagine you're trapped here alone, Mai Mai, and suddenly someone walks over like this, like a vampire or a zombie, and they're trying to touch you. And as he reaches closer and closer, Angela Baby goes, no touching, like nothing like that. KRIS keeps going and he's like, and he's gonna get super close to you, and he keeps getting closer and closer, and Zhao clearly looks uncomfortable, and she like manages to dodge and tries to be smooth about it. And finally, when it was time for Zhao to leave the show, she drew a little cartoon on KRIS's hand as like a show of friendship, right? The next day, her last day, he still has the drawing on her hand, and it's not like she did it with like permanent marker. And even if it is, like it washes off, right? And he straight up tells her he didn't want to wash his hands. He didn't want to wash it off. Everyone laughed it off, but Angela Baby genuinely looked kind of shocked and weirded out by it. Like, unbelievable.
Nigga, that
those
shit
lines.
weird, bro.
So, I mean, it feels like he was really giving people the ick.
That shit's
and doing
weird,
some other things.
cuz.
But KRIS kept going. He said that DMZ was lying and that they were going to take legal action. Meanwhile, his fan club was still supporting him. They showered him with support, loving messages. They would say things like, we absolutely support him. We believe the truth will come out. But the evidence against him was just piling up. A netizen from the US posted about a cocktail party she had been to in LA, 2019. It was a party at his hotel. His assistant and his friend were there. And they invited 7 to 8 girls over, and after several rounds of what they felt like was almost like screening, like eliminations, girls were sent home like one by one, and then there was just one girl left at the hotel. And she didn't have her phone because like all the other girls, their phones were taken from them. And the whole time the energy was just weird. The girls were constantly asked about their ages, and weirdly, he asked every girl to sing a song for them, like freestyle. And if they didn't sing or rap well, he would force them to drink. The poster also said that she remembered seeing a round medicine-like tablet at the party, but she had no idea if anyone was drugged. She ended up leaving, but she learned that the last girl was essentially forced to stay and ended up engaging in sexual activity with KRIS Wu. So finally, July 22nd of 2021, the Beijing police released a statement and they said this. Like they have been investigating, and they said KRIS Wu did choose concubines by selecting women through his agents, and he did confiscate their phones when they were invited to his parties. He had sex with DMZ, who was 18 at the time and not a minor. During the investigation, DMZ admitted that she initially wanted to expose him and maybe gain some attention from it. The article that DMZ wrote was written on her behalf by an online writer. The writer embellished some of the things written. KRIS's mom reported to the police that they were being blackmailed by DMZ, but the truth of the investigation exposed that there was another party involved, one that was playing both sides. The person that blackmailed KRIS Wu was not DMZ, but a stranger who had nothing to do with this, and his name was Liu, and he's 23 years old, and he had since been arrested. Let's talk about this whole thing.
Huh?
Remember how DMZ was asking for money, right, for all the victims to share?
Yeah.
Okay. There's this guy, Lou, who had been watching all of this. He has no connection to any of these people. He doesn't have connections to the victims or to KRIS and his team. He's just a regular, like, netizen. And he decided to make a fake account on WeChat and add DMZ, pretending to be a victim of KRIS Wu. So he's impersonating a girl, impersonating to be a victim. He talked to her, DMZ opened up. She even sent him a few text messages between her and KRIS that weren't released yet. This is important. He then used these text messages to create another fake account, pretending to be DMZ's personal account, like another side account of DMZ's, messaged KRIS Wu's attorney and said, hey, look at the other messages that I have yet to release. Pay me money.
Oh, no. Oh.
And he, talking to KRIS Wu's lawyer, settled on $500,000.
Oh.
And his plan was to get the money directly into his account, right? And that would be the end of it. But the lawyer said they needed DMZ's account with DMZ's name on it. So then he made another WeChat account and posed as KRIS's attorney.
What?
And messaged DMZ.
What the
And started
fuck?
fake negotiations with the DMZ, asking her, don't you want money from this? Blah,
Oh,
blah, blah.
shit.
So they reached a settlement after a ton of negotiation, which, side note, the contract that was super messed up that could potentially put DMZ in jail, that actually was from KRIS's team.
Oh.
That was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they're really evil.
Yeah.
They gave it to Lou thinking it was DMZ. And then Lou just forwarded it to DMZ because he did need her signature to get the rest of the money.
Yeah.
Because they too were going to give it in batches, right?
Uh-huh.
So
What
his
the
plan was
fuck?
to give DMZ's account, but later for the rest of the money, because again, KRIS's team is giving it in batches, after the signed contract, he was going to say, hey, actually, this is DMZ, but can you send it to like my friend's account instead or another victim's account instead? And then he would give his account. So he wouldn't get the full amount, but he would get something.
Playing very dangerous game here.
Nah, for
And
real.
so DMZ does get $70,000 in her account from KRIS's team, but she refused to sign the agreement, so the rest wasn't coming to her. Now, Lou saw the perfect opportunity and told her, pretending to be KRIS's attorney still catfishing her, and said, if you don't sign it, you gotta return the money. And he gave her his bank information to return the money. She returned it, and Lou made $70,000.
So freaking dumb.
What
Like,
the fuck?
now your account is forever flagged.
Yeah, and he was arrested.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty easy to track money. So the police released all of this, and they also announced KRIS Wu's allegations were still being investigated. At this point, even the authorities were fully involved, and all of this was coming to light. People were still on DMZ, saying that she just wanted fame, and they were annoyed because she gained like 5 million followers in 4 days. They said she finally achieved her goals, but does it really matter? You know, like, fine, yeah, she admitted to the police she did want a bit of attention at first, but still, victims don't act the way that you want them to. Like, I think a lot of victims, when you are victimized like that, you think, okay, fine, you know what, like, this person, I hate this person, let's not be miserable. Let's try to find some lemonade in this situation, right? Like, there's no default energy that should come from victims, and I think it's very selfish for us to think that.
Yeah.
So anyway, people
I
were
believe
mad
that
at
as
her.
well.
But either way, DMZ putting herself out there and putting these allegations out there, regardless of her original intention, a lot of victims came forward and they started to get justice. So it seemed like even DMZ didn't know how deep and how serious KRIS's actions were. So maybe she just thought that this guy was ghosting her and love bombing her and just a toxic person and very predatory, but she probably didn't realize the extent.
Yeah.
And then it became like, wow, this is actually so serious. A lot of people were really concerned that KRIS had an obsession with young girls and purity. A lot of his fans were just so grossed out and disappointed in him. They felt so dirty for even supporting this guy to begin with. But like, how
Where
can
the
you
fuck
even
is his
bring
dad
yourself
know
to that?
this?
I think it's also good to see the good in people. So like, I don't know. It just sucks.
Where
And
does his
then the
dad know
agent,
this
Feng
shit?
Meng, let's be real. His agent is almost acting like a pimp, procuring these girls for him. It's just so bizarre. Like, she's really messed up too. July 31st of 2021, KRIS Wu was detained in Beijing of suspicion of rape. And even then, KRIS still had fans, who would show up at the jail. But you can't do a meet and greet in jail. I don't know who didn't tell you that. Like, that's just bonkers. And then finally, August 16th of 2021, KRIS was officially arrested for suspicion of rape, meaning the police felt like they had solid evidence to go to trial. KRIS was also erased, Yeah, that's a thing that happens in China. So in America, you get canceled. In China, you get erased from the internet. Like every video, everything of you just gets taken down.
Holy
as
shit.
if you never existed.
Holy
1.9
shit.
million short form videos, 7,000 videos, TV series, variety shows, everything deleted, gone, wiped, done.
What the hell?
Finally, November of 2022, KRIS was sentenced to 11 years and 6 months for and 22 months for promiscuity. 13 years in total. He was also slapped with an $85 million fine for tax evasion. The investigation concluded that between November and December of 2020, KRIS Wu raped 3 women who were drunk and unconscious, and because he's Canadian, after serving his sentence, he's going to be deported to Canada. He will be 44 years old when he gets out in 2034. Wow. Side note, prison in China is not fun. Not that it's fun anywhere, but this is what the toothbrushes look like. They're the length of a thumb. It's very soft. It's silicone, so you can't hurt yourself. Everything's really soft. And you eat bland food. You have to work 8 hours a day. Apparently, prison labor is huge in Beijing. The Beijing prisons are known for producing, which, like, prison labor is a thing in America, too, just so you know. They produce a ton of ballpoint pens and charging cables. Even the 2008 Olympics that was hosted in Beijing, all the costumes and props of the actors, a lot of them were made by prisoners. They do get paid, but like America, prison wages, so not real wages. Yeah, very little wages compared to what KRIS was making on his shows. But he could get out on good behavior. But he will be deported to Canada, and it's speculated that he might go to jail in Canada too. Oof. Because under Canadian law, citizens who commit felonies abroad, even when they finish their sentences and are sent back to Canada, they might be charged again because Canada's like, wait, we don't want you out in the streets if you're a danger to us to the world, depending on the severity of the crime. So this was a pretty high-profile case. It's a sex offender case, you know, so I guess we'll see. And KRIS is being sued by a woman in Los Angeles who said that she was underage when he had sex with her while he was there for work. Which means, is he going to go to the U.S. to face charges? I don't know, because right now it's a civil lawsuit, not a criminal lawsuit. I guess we'll see. Now, a lot of people think that all of this had to do with KRIS's mom. I have mixed feelings. Usually I'm like, let's not put the ultimate blame on a woman for a man's actions. But I will say the mom plays a heavy hand on this one. So this one I'm like, I can kind of see it.
She's the one who called the police.
Yeah.
She filed the charge.
Yes! She filed the charge for blackmail from DMZ. And that is why the police started investigating.
Yes.
At first the police were just like internet drama.
Yeah.
The CCP was like weird internet drama.
Yeah.
And then it just got crazy. She literally went to the police because she was so cheap. She did not want to pay like $300K when they have like $400 million. She also apparently was so cheap that she would hire interns, and she would hire the interns on a 3-month probationary period, meaning you have to do your best for 3 months. And if you're amazing, we'll hire you and actually pay.
You know what's funny? I'm not trying to make anything light here, but this is kind of a callback to when Stephanie said his mom wanted him to fail. From this information right here, the reason why this nigga is actually in this situation is not only because of his actions, but the thing that got the attention from the police is his mom. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's wow. Wow. So honestly, his mom was right. But she is the reason why this let me stop talking. Oh my God.
You. If not, sorry, you suck. Well, she never had any intention of hiring any of them. Apparently, she went through interns like free labor. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She always fired people, and if they demanded their remaining checks, the wages that they were rightfully owed, she would give them PR packages that KRIS didn't want anymore. She would be like, well, this is more expensive than the wages I owe you. And they're like, what the f*** am I supposed to do with La Mer cream? My rent is due.
Oh my gosh.
And during team building meetings, she would say super bizarre things like, it's your responsibility to work hard for our KRIS Wu. And everyone's like, well, lady, I'm just here to pay rent. Which, side note, it's speculated that Chris's mom, had Chris's mom not gone to the police, none of this would have happened. So
she was right.
There's another rumor that Chris's mom went to Jackie Chan looking for help, but she was turned away politely.
I imagine the mom probably did everything she can possibly think of. Just you can assume that, right?
Wow.
She's not sitting there.
Yeah, this whole thing.
Damn.
Wow.
I mean, the minute that she was like, oh, you're in pain? Come back. You don't have to be a trainee. I was like, this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well. When mothers baby their full-grown adult children that much, it's just never going to end well.
Wow.
I've never seen a situation where it ends well.
It doesn't.
So DMZ's sister posted after KRIS Wu's conviction and arrest that only through hellish torture can we gain the strength to conquer heaven. Our efforts are not in vain. All the injustice we have suffered will be turned into motivation. Thank you.
I really do appreciate like some people who take these moments to give like words of like encouragement or just like words of motivation or just like good words to say in times like this. Nigga, me, if I was getting justice, I would be like, finally, damn. And just leave it at that.
Thank you. And now DMZ is living her best life. She seems to still be as positive and optimistic as before. She's fully enjoying her life. And she even posted, I'm not going to be a wimpy little girl anymore. I'm not going to let people down. I'm going to do my best to get into my dream college and just live a good life.
Hey.
Such a wild case.
God dang.
It just goes to show the power of good PR teams can only go so far. If you're an evil, nasty person, it's going to come to light.
Yup.
It's just heartbreaking because it took so long.
Yep.
That is the story of KRIS Wu. I
Holy
do know that there are
shit.
still people out there who believe that he is innocent. And I do think that sometimes the internet jumps onto the guilty train too quickly because technically, at least in the United States, it's innocent till proven guilty. But he has been proven guilty, so he has been convicted. So I'm not really sure. I get it. Parasocial relationships are weird. That's it for today's video. What are your
Holy
thoughts on this?
skadoodle.
Let me know. That was a show.
That was.
I love you guys. Make sure to check out Raycon linked in the description, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
But, that was a lot. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. That is a lot. And I was not expecting all of that. Well, that's the story of KRIS Wu. That was a lot. What do y'all think? And can y'all talk in the comments or something? I don't got no words for you. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't. I wish I did. I don't. This is wow. Damn.